Hello and welcome to the Idea TV News Updates. I am Drs Tumba. We begin with the headlines. Afdb launches $6 billion health and pharma drive. NDIC urges Sokoto students to embrace savings and financial discipline. Mauritania's Sidi Ould Tah elected Afdb president. In health, federal government to establish 6 new cancer centers. In business, Tinubu launches 100 billion credit guarantee company. And now the news in full. The African Development Bank is rolling out a bold $6 billion plan to transform healthcare in Africa. The initiative is split into 2 key areas: $3 billion to develop quality health infrastructure and another $3 billion to boost local pharmaceutical manufacturing. Afdb's president, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, unveiled the plan while presenting his 10-year scorecard at the bank's annual meetings in Abidjan. He also announced the creation of the African Pharmaceutical Technology Foundation, which will help African nations to access intellectual property rights and technologies for medicine and vaccine production. In agriculture, the bank's interventions have helped 104 million Africans achieve food security and enabled 13 million farmers to access improved technologies over the last decade. Through its $1.5 billion emergency food production facility, AFDB averted a projected food crisis during the Russia-Ukraine war by increasing access to seeds and fertilizers. In just 2 years, this support yielded 44 million tons of food, well above the target. Ethiopia, for instance, expanded its heat-tolerant wheat production from 5,000 to over 650,000 hectares, achieving self-sufficiency in wheat within 4 years. Meanwhile, the Feed Africa Summit in Dakar saw more than 30 African leaders commit to boosting food sovereignty. The event led to a global mobilization of $72 billion to support food security efforts. And in a move to accelerate universal access to electricity, AFDB and the World Bank have launched Mission 300, an ambitious goal to connect 300 million people to power by 2030. This was announced at the Africa Energy Summit in Dar es Salaam, where 48 countries endorsed the Dar es Salaam Declaration on Energy Access. So far, about $55 billion have been secured to support national and regional energy projects. From health to food to energy, the African Development Bank says it is shaping Africa's future, one bold investment at a time. Away from that, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation is urging secondary school students in Sokoto State to adopt a culture of financial discipline and savings. Speaking at a financial literacy training held at Government Day Secondary School in Kalambina, the NDIC Zonal Controller, Bello Usman Kaoje, said the program was part of the corporation's effort to raise financially responsible young Nigerians. The event, held in commemoration of 2025 Financial Literacy Day, brought together students from across the state under the theme, "Think Before You Follow, Spend Money Wisely Tomorrow." Usman Kaoje stressed the importance of prudent spending and warned students against falling victim to online and point-of-sale financial fraud. Also present was Abubakar Usman from the Central Bank of Nigeria, who highlighted the role of regulated banks in securing customer deposits. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, represented by Deputy Commander Aliyu Omama, used the platform to caution students about drug abuse and its financial implications. The session included lectures, discussions, and interactive activities designed to boost financial planning, fraud awareness, and long-term saving among students. School representatives described the training as timely and encouraged students to apply what they learned in their daily lives. Away from that, Mauritania's Sidi Ould Tah has been elected the 9th president of the African Development Bank Group. His election was confirmed today during the AFDB annual meetings in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, following several rounds of voting by the bank's Board of Governors, comprising finance ministers and central bank heads from 81 member countries. Tah, who will officially assume office on the 1st of September, succeeds Nigeria's Akiwumi Adesina, whose decade-long tenure ends this year. The Mauritanian economist beat four other contenders, including Amadou Hott of Senegal, Zambia's Samuel Maimbo, Chad's Abbas Mahamat Toli, and South Africa's Swazi Shabalala. Born in Mededa in 1964, Tah holds a PhD in economics from the University of Nice, Sophia Antipolis in France, and has completed executive training at Harvard and London Business School. He previously served as Mauritania's Minister of Economic Affairs and led the Arab Bank of Economic Development in Africa, where the bank's assets quadrupled under his leadership, earning a AAA credit rating. His campaign emphasized private capital mobilization, formalizing the informal sector, and accelerated infrastructure development. He also pledged stronger climate action and deeper private sector partnerships. Tah takes the helm as Africa faces economic headwinds, including high debt burdens, limited fiscal space, and climate-related changes. We go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Afdb TV news update. Now the rest of the news. The federal government is set to establish 6 new cancer treatment centers across Nigeria, with 3 already completed. President Bola Tinubu made this known during a nationwide broadcast marking his 2nd year in office. The president highlighted significant strides in the health sector, stating that over 1,000 primary health centers are currently undergoing revitalization, while another 5,500 are being upgraded under the Renewed Hope Health Agenda. He also revealed that free dialysis services are now available in select tertiary hospitals and subsidized in others. Additionally, more than 4,000 women have benefited from the free cesarean sections through the Presidential Maternal Health Initiative. Health insurance coverage has expanded from 16 million to 20 million people within the last 2 years. According to the president, the administration is equipping health facilities, deploying skilled personnel to undeserved areas, and strengthening responses to public health threats. This is a part of the government's broader commitment to reposition Nigeria's healthcare system and improve access for all citizens. And finally, in business, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the establishment of National Credit Guarantee Company Limited, a new financial institution aimed at boosting access to credit across Nigeria. With an initial capital of 100 billion naira, the company is designed to de-risk lending and improve financing opportunities for MSMEs, manufacturers, small corporates, and large businesses. In a statement from the presidency, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, was named chairman of the board, while Bonaventure Okaimo takes the role of managing director and CEO. Also appointed are Tinuola Aigwewo as executive director of strategy and operations, Dr. Ezekiel Oseni as executive director of risk management, and Yeside Kazim as the independent non-executive director. Representatives from the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority Bank of Industry, Nigeria Consumer Credit Corporation, and the Ministry of Finance, Incorporated, have also been appointed to the board. The company's funding is backed by a consortium of key financial institutions, while the World Bank Group is providing technical support. The move aligns with the president's commitment to unlocking credit access, stimulating industrial growth, and supporting underbanked groups such as women and youths. And that's all we have for you on the Afdb TV news updates. But before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. We brought you news that Afdb launches $6 billion health and farmer drive. We brought news that NDIC urges Sokoto students to embrace savings and financial discipline. We also brought news that Mauritania's Sidi Ould Tah elected Afdb president. In health, we brought news that the federal government is set to establish 6 new cancer centers. In business, Tinubu launches 100 billion credit guarantee company. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Dearest Mba. Thanks for watching.